What's going on? In today's video, I want to talk about this book, Bumpers by Nic Peterson. The subtitle is The Framework for Finding Your Personal Abundance, Maximum Productivity, Greatest Profits, and Highest Quality of Life. So when I first read that subtitle, I was thinking that it was a big promise, and it's a pretty short book, around 80 pages. I didn't think that this book would fulfill on that promise, but as I got into it, I realized that his frameworks and his way of thinking and the operating system that Nic Peterson uses does help with all aspects of the subtitle that he put in here. So a couple key things that I took away from this book was the importance of defining success for yourself as opposed to doing what other people define success as, or following that game or playing with their rules when it's not something that you like yourself. So an example he talks about is being able to be at home and have dinner with your kids at night, every night. So if that's a criteria for success for you, then if there's a project that allows you to, that impacts your ability to be at home and have, supper with your kids, that goes against your values, right? So a lot of people will, overwork, or they'll stay at the office, or they'll miss certain things that they say is important for them. And then what's really important gets missed, right? So they'll stay extra late at the office when they should be at home, or they say they want to be at home, having dinner with their kids or being with their family. So there's incongruency there. And then there's this expectation that we build up in ourselves that we should be doing something when we're actually not doing that thing. And then that's where a lot of guilt and shame gets built up unnecessarily. So having alignment in terms of what your definition of success really means to you and actually following through on it is one of the big takeaways from this book. Another one is just the idea of learning. So intelligence, he has 3 definitions. Intelligence is the ability to get what you want, and learning is being able to modify your behavior based on new information. So it's same circumstances, different behavior. I love that definition of learning, because you can read all the books in the world, you can take as many courses as you want, but if you're faced with the same circumstance or situation and you do the same thing as before, then you haven't really learned. So that's another key takeaway, and that applies to everything, right? So I'm looking through that in a new lens in terms of what I'm learning or what I'm consuming, what I'm kind of exposing myself to. Am I actually changing my behavior based on this new information? If I haven't, then I haven't really learned. Another idea that he talks about is the idea of raising the floor as opposed to trying to better your best. So with our business, or with any financial goals or fitness goals like weightlifting, oftentimes we hit a PR, or personal best or personal record, and then the next ideal situation is to then better our best, or try and strive to better our best. But if we have that mentality, then it's going to lead to burnout. It's going to lead to us doing a lot of extra things or a lot of extra effort to try and better our best. It's not really even sustainable to better your best, because it's your best, right? So it takes a lot of effort to, get to that best point. And if you want to better it, then it just takes another enormous set of effort to better your best. Whereas he talks about raising the floor. So doing better than your worst, and slowly, incrementally, just doing better than your worst. And then overall, over a longer period of timeline, the trend will be in an upward kind of trend. Because the higher the peak, the bigger the valley. So if you hit like a record month in your business, then the next month it's going to be a nice dip or a fall, and then that's going to create more emotional turmoil because you had this high peak and then now you're at this lower valley, and this gap is now this expectation that you should have either closed the gap, or you should be at the same level, or you should even better your best the next month. So yeah, this book is really powerful. It's 80 pages. There's a lot of good nuggets in here, a lot of good mental frameworks to go through, and yeah, I recommend it to a lot of people. We actually talked about this book in my book club, the Conscious Business Book Club. If you're interested in joining the book club and you want to have these types of discussions and talk about books like these in a group format, then go click on the link below and you can join. And yeah, I'm hoping to see you in there and we can discuss different books like this and kind of just become better humans, overall. So that's it for today's video. I'll see you in the next one.